This is One on One. We're here at the 20th anniversary of the Russ Berrie Awards for Making a Difference. Two very special people are joining us right now, Joe and Jane Clementi, the parents of Tyler Clementi, who people know the story, but they don't really know the difference that both of you chose to make after Tyler committed suicide, bullied, cyberbullied. They know the media story. They don't really know why both of you decided to make a difference in the lives of so many others after that and try to fight this. Why did you?
Well, we just really wanted to make sure that no one else would ever feel as humiliated or ashamed as Tyler did when he found out that he had been cyberbullied while in an encounter with another man. And then I think really what harmed Tyler most was the tweets and the posts on Facebook. After the fact, that's what he kept going back to when he finally even his last thing that he looked at when he left for the bridge that day were the posts on the Twitter feeds. So we really want to make sure that no one else ever feels humiliated and ashamed as Tyler did. We want to make a difference, and this is such a beautiful event because this is doing the same thing that we're trying to do. We're trying to put an end to online and offline bullying in schools, workplaces, and faith communities, and trying to create a culture of kindness, going further upstream, making kindness what everyone wants to do. And here we're seeing people honored for all sorts of kindness, all what little or large, everybody's making a difference, and it takes many voices to make the difference and to create that culture.
Joe, let me ask you something. For those of us other parents some who may minimize social media, who may minimize what is said to our children, about our children, and say they can handle it, we are wrong, aren't we?
Well, I think those people would be making a mistake. I mean, clearly in Tyler's case, that was a mistake.
He was a freshman.
He was a freshman, and folks like us who are a little bit older, didn't grow up with social media, really can't understand it. I mean, we were embarrassed maybe in the classroom when we did something that was not appreciated by everyone in the class, but after a day or so it was forgotten about. The internet is such a powerful tool that these embarrassments stay around forever and you can never get rid of them. And that power to leverage someone's embarrassment is something that's new and we as parents are not familiar with because we haven't grown up with it like our kids have.
It's interesting. I bet there are a lot of folks watching us right now on public broadcasting, FiOS, and other platforms, many of whom would say they would totally understand if you just said, look, leave us alone. This is so unbelievably difficult, unimaginable to deal with. We're done. And just go and hide. You chose not to do that. Why?
Steve, we didn't want other parents to feel the same kind of pain that we felt from having lost a child for the reasons that we did. There have been times when it had been close to coming to that, but we didn't feel like we could not give it the attention that it needed.
You're saying you felt you had to do this?
Absolutely. I mean, I did take a moment, a long moment to grieve and to be in the place that I needed to be with the loss of my son. But as I started waking up out of the foggy, cloudy space that I was in, I could see that Tyler's story was making a difference. I could see that there were conversations that were being started, making a difference, bringing awareness to mental health, bringing awareness to creating a welcoming and inclusive space for LGBTQ people. And I wanted to be a part of that. I felt like we needed to embrace the media's attention and make a difference and use Tyler's story to make it better for other people.
Finally, why do you think so many have responded in such a positive way? You've testified before legislative bodies, governmental bodies. You've advocated for new laws. You've created organizations and increased awareness. Why have so many responded in such a positive way, Joe?
Sadly, I think it's kind of a common story. I think it happens a lot more than we know. The bullying element, things that never make the media. Tyler made the media, and a lot of kids that are going through what he went through don't.
Can we protect our kids freshmen in college or otherwise, can we really protect them from what we're talking about? Or how best can we?
That's a really...
I think, but we all think about it all the time.
I mean, everyone wants to reach in and swoop in and scoop up our kids and hold them and protect them, and certainly that's what we wanted to do. I know one of the things, though, we just partnered with AT&T, and we just released a poll that we had done within the last 6 months, and it showed that 50% of all youth have been cyberbullied. Or
50%?
Yes, just at the 50% mark, and 8 in 10 youth know somebody who has been cyberbullied. And most of that cyberbullying is happening in our homes, while the youth are in our homes, in their bedrooms, in other living spaces, but they're on a device of some type. And that's why we really need to make sure that that world, the cyber world, is a safe place, that youth know that their character is the same as who they are in that space as they are in person. And we're grateful for AT&T to partner with us, because they're very concerned about their customers, and that's an important aspect. And the good news is that we still need to keep those conversations going. Parents are having the conversations, but it apparently isn't having big enough impact, so we still have to do much work. But maybe we're actually partnering with them to do a film making with youth. High school students are going to actually enter a filmmaking competition, and hopefully that will have a bigger impact, because youth having impact on other youth, I think, will have a greater impact, as well as they will be addressing the issue of cyberbullying.
Well, the two of you have had an extraordinary impact, not just today, but every day you do what you do. And on behalf of all parents, the folks here at the Russ Berrie Foundation, thank you for making a difference. Thank you for everything that you have done and will continue to do. Thank you very much.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence. Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Jersey, New Jersey City University, TD Bank, the New Jersey State Nurses Association, and the Institute for Nurses, the Healthcare Foundation of New Jersey, the Give Something Back Foundation, and by Cone Resnick. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.